Welcome once again to Duff These Box. Let's talk about the latest episode of House of the Dragon, titled The Red Sowing. What do you think about episode 7? Let's get into the criticism, expectations, and as usual, some book spoilers. The episode kicks off with a stunning combat scene featuring Rhaenyra on Syrax and Adam on Seasmoke. Rhaenyra was ready to fight. Unfortunately for us, and as I mentioned in my last video, Adam was already Team Black and he bent the knee to our Queen Rhaenyra. But seriously, what language does this dragon speak? I think he's bilingual. After the incident, Alicent decided to retreat to the Kingswood for rehabilitation. She's playing the victim card perfectly, but I don't feel any pity for her. She reaps what she sowed. Rhaenyra decided to be absent from the Black Council and consulted with Mysaria, who, with her knowledge and recommendations, gave her a solution, what Rhaenyra calls an army of bastards. So, they started to formulate the plan of recruiting Targaryen bastards from King's Landing. This decision didn't sit well with Prince Jace, who began questioning his mother's choices, revealing his own insecurities about his legitimacy and future. Lord Corlys finally decided to recognize his other relative for becoming a new dragon rider. However, he clearly has a preference for Alan and now suggests that Alan should try to be a dragon rider too. Alan refuses, saying he belongs to the Salton Sea, unlike Baela, who said she wasn't. In the book, during the Dance of the Dragons, these two brothers were around 15 years old, and Alan attempted to claim a dragon, not just any dragon, but a wild one, and almost died in the process, saved by his brother. After that, Lord Corlys asked the Queen to legitimize Alan and Adam as velaryons, hinting they were Laenor's sons. So let's hope to see Alan try to ride a dragon, just for our satisfaction at least. Anyway, in the episode, Lord Corlys tasked Alan with carrying the message about the sowing of the seeds to King's Landing and transporting these bastards to Dragonstone. While our queen is looking for bastards, our beloved and crazy daemon finally gets something from Harrenhal. The new Lord Paramount of all the river houses, Lord Oscar, a young man who has the guts to confront and puts the king consort in a hard and unexpected situation. To receive the support of the Riverlands, Daemon needs to prove himself and bring justice for the crimes against the Brackens. Yes, bye-bye Willem Blackwood. This situation really touches our king. Meanwhile, at King's Landing, Sir Larys is rushing the usurper's recovery. He knows he doesn't have Aemond's favor, so he wants Aegon back on the Iron Throne. In the book, Aegon's recovery took about a year. During this time, he suffered greatly due to the extensive burns and injuries he sustained. Finally, Rhaenyra's recruitment message arrived in King's Landing. We see Ulf drinking for free and being a bit reluctant to leaving for Dragonstone. Hugh Hammer, however, was ready and set to claim a dragon. We see him talking with his wife, unfortunately letting us know their daughter died. He also talks about his mother, who was a Targaryen that worked in a pleasure house. Apparently, daughter of King Jaehaerys and Queen Alicent. This is debatable. In the book, we don't have any information about his parents or wife. The show seems to be giving him a bit of a sob story, but I know what I know, and Hugh Hammer is the definition of pretentious. But yes, looking in the genealogical tree, Jaehaerys Targaryen's daughter, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, was known for her rebellious nature. After being discovered in a compromising situation, she fled Westeros and eventually settled in the Free Cities. In Lys, she built a new life, reportedly establishing herself as a courtesan. She had several sons, but there is no direct connection between Hugh Hammer and Rhaenyra Targaryen's lineage in the histories. Looks like the show decided to take some creative liberties with family trees. The dragonseeds left King's Landing and arrived at Dragonstone. There were quite a few. Apparently, the Targaryens were known for being very fertile. These bastards were ready to claim a dragon, as if that was just another item on their to-do list. As always, someone had to go first, and this dragonseed volunteered. Vermithor wasn't in the mood to be disturbed, or maybe he was just hungry. After a few snacks, he encountered the imitation of Thor, Hugh Hammer. And just like that, a new dragon rider arose. Meanwhile, Ulf was just exploring. And without any effort, he claimed Silverwing, or let's just say, Silverwing claimed Ulf. Apparently, it's easier to become a dragon rider than getting a free drink at a bar. Let's remember that these two dragons spent a lot of time together in the past. Silverwing was Alicent's dragon, and Vermithor was King Jaehaerys' dragon. Aemond was pretty absent in this episode. We see him at the end. While he was reunited with the council and he heard the alert of a dragon flying in King's Landing, Ulf was riding Silverwing like a roller coaster. When Aemond finally rode his ugly old dragon, Silverwing was already flying back to Dragonstone, where Rhaenyra was waiting for Aemond with open arms. And maybe a few dragons. Apparently, Aemond knew he was no match, and he turned around like a dog with his tail between the legs. This episode sets us up for chaos and bloodshed. Aemond knows he's at a disadvantage with only Vhagar and Daeron's young dragon, so he asks Helaena to finally do something useful and ride her dragon Dreamfire to war with him. We can expect to see the battle at the Red Fork, judging by the trailer scenes, where the Westerlands, led by Jason Lannister, attack the Riverlands on their way to Harrenhal. We also see ships from House Velaryion, which could be an introduction to the Battle of the Gullet. Rhaenyra, as we saw in the episode, stayed behind to seek out Sheepstealer, while Rhaenyra's sons were departing to Pentos. In the book, the gay abandoned ship that was transporting the princes, Aegon and Viserys, encountered the Triarchy's fleet. This battle, judging by the book, was one of the bloodiest sea battles in all of history. This could be a really good ending for Season 2. Well, that's all I have for you guys. This is Duffy's Box, and I'm so ready for the next and last episode so I can have more free time to use my PlayStation. Thanks for watching.